Season 4, Episode 4, the RRT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr.A. Thank you for your time and support. Boxing, we talking topics, we talking some fuckery, at least Mr. A's thoughts, Mr. A's thoughts, some fuckery going on with that Carl Frampton in Top Rank. We talking about how popular or how much belief do PBC umbrella have in Tank Davis, really? We talking about Micheal Hunter taking on Sergey Kuzmin and much more right here on Season 4, Episode 4, number 44, One Day, Episode 44, One Day, the RRT Boxing Show. Now, the reason why I say how much confidence, belief do they have in Tank Davis? Because I think everyone knows, okay, you can stand here and argue for days what talent-wise, how does Tank Davis look to the eye, his power, can he beat who, can he not beat who? You can go back and forth on what side that is. But what I'm talking about is just a strange coincidence. I've seen many fighters maybe as talented as Tank, less talented as Tank, accomplish something that is right there for Tank to accomplish, and he hasn't accomplished it. And that, my friends, is commentary on a PBC broadcast. PBC has allowed many fighters to commentary during a fight. You had Abner Maris, you had Caleb Plant, Austin Trout. People say like, oh, Tank may not be articulate, can't speak well, whatever verb you want to describe Tank as. Jamal Charlo ain't too camera friendly or camera better for home television articulate than Tank Davis, but yet he commentaries, so you can't use that as an excuse. Deontay Wilder, Southern boy, you heard him butchering people's names, so you can't use not well spoken, as a simpler term, as an excuse why Tank Davis ain't up there. There's many fighters they have given love to the show, to help support, to show their love. Benavidez, he's commentary. So what I say, Benavidez, Plant, Trout, I said Mares, fucking Charlo, Wilder, Porter, for sure. The list goes on and on and on. I think I'm not too sure if they even allowed Truax at one point. So it goes on and on who they just put out there to help. They just, help their fighters. Why hasn't Tank done any commentary? Seeing him with that little interview, it brought that to my attention. Like, you got Wilder right here, and Tank. How come you don't see Tank more often? How come they don't blow him up on the camera? Is there questions? That are supposed to be the next pay-per-view star. Why wouldn't you make it easier for him to be a pay-per-view star? You want people to spend their money on him. Why wouldn't you constantly put him in the face? Hey, he's commentary. He's a special guest, fight analyst for this fight. This is the next pay-per-view. You want people just to dump money on him. Not put him out there. So it makes me, just some Mr. A's thoughts, just wondering, why doesn't PBC umbrella hook Tank up with that aspect, Just thinking, it's that RRT Boxing Show, folks, the Ready Talk Boxing junkies. We sit in the little boxing community right here in the boxing rehab known as the RRT Boxing Show. Ready Talk Boxing. Talking boxing. Why isn't the PBC hooking Tank up? It's funny. It's crazy. Boxing banter. boxing fans. Then you can say, well, maybe they know what he really is. Maybe he can be beaten. Maybe they know the flaws, the weakness. Like I said, I I I already expressed what I feel on Tank in the previous episode of the RRT Boxing Show. He's no question passes all the eye tests. The power's there, the hand speed combinations, all that's there. Everyone agrees he needs better competition because all I remember for Tank is fighting Pedraza, who was handed a shitload of money to come back to a weight he couldn't make. Go listen to the Boxing Voice interview. It's right there with Ness live. Then he loses his weight on the scale against Fonseca. Say whatever you want to say about the fight, reasons, his mindset. I thought he looked like shit. Compared to what Tank really is. You see, and even this fight against what was it, Diego Ruiz. You can say what you want about these fights. You say what you want about these fighters. The Fonseca fight and the Ruiz fight. You can say they were high domestic for their country. I think it was what Ruiz was a Panamanian or a Nicaraguan. What was it, Diego Ruiz? Well, anyway, him and Fonseca, I believe, is Mexican. They're kind of tall, linkier fighters for that division, and they're coming forward with a nice, stiff, hard jab. And they both had success with Davis. I thought Fonseca was doing well in that fight with that, for the disadvantages he had in the attributes that Tank clearly favors over him. He was pumping out a nice strong jab, and to me, like I said, you could take it in how you want to view it. Tank Davis in that second fight when he knocked Ruiz to the fucking ropes, he walked him down. Was he just saying, I don't give a fuck, walking him down? Or prior to him starting to walk down, he was getting tagged with a straight fucking right, and he was trying to play it off like, oh shit, okay, boom, it ain't hurting, but he was getting tagged too often, so he just tried to get inside that strong ass shot because on the outside he was getting fucked up with it. Take it how you want to see it. We're just talking that talk right here on the RRT Boxing Show. The ready talk that boxing. If you're a boxing junkie and you haven't been to the rehab before, feel free to join the center. Sit amongst us. When you feel free, sign up at the front desk. So to me, Tank Davis seemingly to me has trouble with those high domestic, straight come forward Lantitos with a stiff jab. It hits him like he has the ability and the talent to overcome it, but I've seen him get tagged quite more often than that to me, which is disgust about. Like I said, he comes through the speed so fast that it looks and overshines it. But go watch the second round of that fight. I think he gets tagged, So maybe they know something they're not quite comfortable with to put him out there. I don't know. It's just weird that he hasn't got a commentary gig. It can mean shit. It can mean shit, jack shit. But the way they just hook up fighters that they wanna, push. Not even just push. They just hooking people up. Or maybe Gervonta Davis is just too fucking busy. He could be, hey, fuck that shit. Too fucking busy, yo. That's what it is, Mr.A. I got shit to do and shit I don't want to do. Could very well just be that simple, right? The RRT Boxing Show. Just talking the talk. Moving on. The ordered fight between Sergey Derevyanchenko and Triple G. Ordered by the IBF. Now, this is going to have one juicy little nugget. Going with this whole Canelo now and fucking throwing in Ryan Garcia, his little fucking stablemate, I ride till I die, you know, like they, and then Canelo's like, hey, you see what they're doing to me? You're the young homie. Look what they're doing to you. Hey, I'm just looking out for the young homie, you know. Same coach. Well, not the same coach. I'm thinking of Valdez, but so the whole, you know, signing of the whole paperwork to say no purse bid. I put my opinion on that, on why I think Canelo was stripped. You know, if I forgot what episode it is actually, I can say it right here. But I would go on to the other point first. I want to see, because they said they offered him like 5.5, something like that, for Sergey Derenchenko, and they didn't want a purse bid. So the purse bid is the kicker here. What if, like I said, what if it was never about well, it is basically a purse. They don't want to give up Canelo. They don't want to give up Canelo. So do you think they're gonna overpay, or he's gonna take the money 5.5? The zone's gonna offer that money for Triple G. Is they, or will they go to a purse bid? Is what I want to know. Will they go to a purse bid, or will they raise the price? Because it's just an order fight, right? There, I want to see if they go to a purse bid for Triple G, or they just pull out the fight. Because, like I said, my whole opinion on Canelo getting stripped was it's a DAZN betting the house on themselves and betting the house on, well, when I say themselves, Triple G, their product, their man. You know, signing Canelo was a big deal. Of course, he got that deal before Triple G got over there, so he was like, "Cool, I'm over here. I ain't tripping. You know, I ain't got to fight. I fight who the fuck I want. You know, there's only like shit. We got control of some of your fights. They got somehow control. I don't know if, like I said, they approval control, so they got some control. So like, fuck it, we lock him down first. We go get Triple G. Easier to sign Triple G if he sees we got Canelo. There's no way in hell Canelo would have signed with DAZN if they got Triple G first. He's like, oh, you got Triple G? You want me to fight that motherfucker again? I'm straight. I ain't going over there. So clever thinking by Mr. Skipper right there. Put the old okie dokie on Canelo. And it seems like the fucking carpet was never under his feet to begin with. So, like I said, that right there was a little move right there. Now this giving up the belt, already signing a paper with one of the representatives of Golden Boy, matchmaker or the management. I forgot the exact names, but we will not go to a purse bid. That's obviously DAZN not want to give up their money making Canelo, so they lose the belt. No, now was it even an easier choice, or was, you know, like I said, it wasn't not about losing Canelo. It was about building that fight. So now that the belt is on the line, which is the whole, they're smart enough to go, okay, number 3, this belt is going to get vacated. Next is Sergey Derenchenko, who's supposed to fight anyway. Who's he going to fight? Right behind Triple G. So yes, fuck Canelo. We're going to get DAZN, John Skipper. We're going to get Canelo stripped. So our guy could fight Sergey Deverenchenko for that belt, beat his ass, have a belt, fight Canelo for Triple G, Canelo 3, belt for belt. Like Canelo said, they're gonna call him bluff. You know what I mean? They're gonna that's it. Basically, they're gonna call him bluff to make business. You said get a belt, I got a belt. Fight me now. Now Canelo's gonna fucking show his balls. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You know, it's gonna be one of those moves. It's gonna be some crazy tension. And the fact that they did it without Canelo even knowing lets you know no purse bid. Like this is a plan. This is a plan. That's what I want to see. Is there going to be a purse bid to keep Triple G on the zone, or will they just say no purse bid? Fuck it. Drop Triple G out of this vacant title shot, and give it to the next man. Because they can do the same fucking move. They go like, no, we want more than that. You know, Al Heyman, we want more than that. Well, let's go to purse bid, and we're gonna try and get this on PBC. We're gonna try and get this on Fox or Showtime. You know, this would be a great fight for our audience. You know, the zone's not numbers ain't too hot, and this is a hot fight. More viewership is on Fox, more viewership is on Showtime, and we believe the boxing fans, the few that there is, deserve to see this fight. So they could make a purse bid and try and get that fight on one of those networks. And will the zone say, okay, we're going to pay money. We're going to pay more money for Triple G to stay on it. You know, will they let this title fight go to Camille Surameta to be on Fox? Camille Zermeta. Camille, yeah. I don't know. I see that name a lot. That's the one super middle. I mean, the middleweight. I have no idea shit about. Haven't seen him fight one time. At least like number, well, at least going down to 9. I know these people. I seen a couple rounds of him. I seen a fight of him. I seen the name of Camille. He's ranked across the board pretty damn high. You know, at least in 3 out of 4, he's in top 4, top 5 at least. Yeah, 4. In 3 out of 4, he's in top 4. You know, so the motherfucker is a regional king. He's a domestic king. Put your money on that. So will the zone let the fight fall in that guy's lap? Or, like I said, my plan is they're going to pay Deverenchenko what he wants to keep this fight on the zone. Because they're betting that Triple G is going to whoop this dude's ass and keep that belt for Canelo 3. They can't allow that plan not to go. They need that belt, and that's why I think this whole thing was a farce of a script. Straight from the get-go, they told Golden Boy, hey, we're going to strip his ass. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to build that fight. And Golden Boy's like, yes, boss. Yes, boss. Mr.A. though, it's right here on the Double RT Boxing Show. Just talking the talk right here on the Ready Talk Boxing Show. You boxing junkies in this community, I hope you're happy. Hit that thumbs up. You know, the rehab center needs to stay open. You know, needs to stay open. This place doesn't get much love. Hit the thumbs up. So that being said, as we move on, Tank Davis, Golden Boy, one fuckery to some more fuckery. Get all fucked up here on the Double RT Boxing Show. What is Top Rank and Carl Frampton up to? What are they up to? Out of nowhere, a crazy ass statue falls on Carl Frampton. You know, boxing scene only got to report what they're what they got. You know, you know. He said, what's the guy's name? Keith Idec. There's even shit. I'm a small channel. If I can just straight show this the store. Yeah, I got that water. Um, there's even hotel security video footage. Why? I don't understand how that footage could be seen so damn fast or leaked out. It's crazy, but for it to be known that there's video footage of this makes me kind of suspicious. You know, someone pushed it over. Did it smash his hand? Did it graze his hand? You know, it's right after, well, I don't know what, a day or hours. There's one article. Who wrote these articles? One says Aram, quoting Aram, it's easy for Carl Frampton to get a title shot if he moves up. You know, next Carl Frampton related article is a statue falls on Carl Frampton's hand. What the fuck? He can't fight now. Bob Arum just said if I go to 130, I'll probably get a title shot. At 126, I'm probably my money fight with the champion Valdez left. He moved up to 130. I had a money fight and a title shot all in one. Now, if I want a title shot, not as much money, but a title shot, I gotta fight Shakur Stevenson. Who a lot of people are picking probably fuck Carl Frampton up. Maybe Carl Frampton feels that way, or at least be tough. We saw how Warrington was pushing him to the limits, rocking him. I thought he was going to drop Carl Frampton, if not knock him out at some points. You know what? Carl Frampton showed grit. Maybe Carl Frampton doesn't want to go through something like that again. Maybe he feels Shakur Stevenson's speed and the range will trouble him somewhat, like a Warrington type shit. So he has a hurt hand. It's was the movie fucking it's mind boggling. You know, when you put your mind in a bottle, it's mind boggling. I forgot, it's some fucking Will Ferrell movie. It's mind boggling. What is app? Bob Arum don't give a fuck. Like I said, you got to remember, man. I'm saying fucker. This is Bob Arum, dude. He's just gonna. It looks like he's putting the fuckery to Carl Frampton some way, somehow. So as we go and we look at the 130, that he wants Carl Frampton to walk into. Now, will Carl Frampton do it? At 130, he could guarantee him a shot at Jamal Herring. I can guarantee you that. He could guarantee him a shot at Jamal. It's a lot easier to get a shot at Jamal Harrington. Or if he wants that Valdez fight, Valdez is up there like he said. And saying all that, I'm not too sure where Lamont Roach fights at. But we know that's the fight with Jamal Harrington coming up. If the belt goes away, he still gets that money fight with Valdez. But up at 130, there ain't really much left of top rank up there. Burchett was with Golden Boy on the zone, a co-promotional thing. So, you know, they can say whatever they want. He does ESPN work, so I guess they could kind of somewhat float that in. So, where does Carl Frampton go? What kind of fuckery is being served here? You get your ass beat by Shakur Stevenson, or go to 130 where I could possibly help you out, brother. You know, and get your ass. You know, really, there's no threat of an ass whooping up there, just a loss. You know, Oscar Valdez, you don't see him beating. At least I don't see him beating Carl Frampton the way I see Shakur Stevenson beating Carl Frampton. I think that fight is a career breakout moment. I think Shakur Stevenson beats him pretty, like, oh shit, more than what you're thinking right now. You know, almost to the point where if you want to say like, oh shit, I would say kind of how Crawford did Prescott. I think it'd be something like that. But the fact is that we kind of know Shakur Stevenson, so we kind of see the style. We won't be as amazed while we were by Crawford doing what he did to Prescott, such a little short time notice. But I think he beats up Frampton pretty bad. I do. So if he stays down there at 126, he has that, in my opinion, in the RRT boxing show, the Ready Talk boxing show. Mr. A's opinion, 126, he has that ass whooping waiting for him. And I like Carl Frampton. I like the Jackal a lot, but I think he gets an ass whooping by Shakur Stevenson. So fuckery right there. Avoid some fake injury shit. Who knows? Like I said, he said it. It won't look good for you. He said it. It won't look good for you if you go against Shakur Stevenson. I'm trying to help you out, bro. I'm trying to help you out. Go up against Jamal Harrington. And you got to remember, but why won't, the thing is, why won't he do that for Shakur? So why is he stopping Shakur Stevenson from getting that big fight? Why? And like I said, fuckery. Everyone thinks it's about Carl Frampton faking an injury, getting a statue, blah blah blah. Go up to one. It's why is he dicking Shakur Stevenson like that? He has he dicked Terrence Crawford out of Pacquiao. He didn't want to get Pacquiao beat up, but what he did do was he fucked over Jeff Horn. He did some dickery. Like I said, Bob Arum is real. The fuckery of Top Rank. You gotta remember, dude. What he did was he dicked over. He never gave Crawford the Pacquiao fight. He protected Pacquiao, but when it was time when Pacquiao started having some funny feelings, he for some reason he didn't give Crawford the fight. Still, he didn't just get his ass beat. He's tried to squeeze everything he could out of Pacquiao. Sent him to Jeff Horn. To me, you could say I feel Jeff Horn dirty boxed a good victory for a victory. Dirty boxed him good for a victory. But you could say Bob Arum kind of fixed that fight. Could have gave Pacquiao a rematch. He did have Jeff Horn's rights, but Pacquiao was his man. But no, he opted to fuck over Pacquiao, screw him, give Jeff Horn the belt, use the contract of next two fights, give him a hometown fight. Second fight, throws him in there with Crawford because he has that control. That's when he moved Crawford up to get that belt. He kept, right when Crawford wins undisputed, doesn't even defend it. Oh, shit. Boom, the title's available. Drop that shit, go up there to fight Jeff Horn. I have control of this guy. I have control of the fucking belt. He had it with Manny, but they didn't want to give it to Crawford through Manny. Why? I do not know. That would have been a big-ass transition. Why make Crawford go through Jeff Horn to get the belt? Right now, Crawford struggles to get since pay-per-view is the money maker in the States still. He did get he paid him handsomely. ESPN gave him a nice cut for but Top Rank and ESPN, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he got two deals. He had to get a deal for extending his contract. But I wonder, did he get an extended contract and an ESPN? I forgot the whole details. Or did Top Rank just get a big ass chunk from that ESPN and be like, hey, you already signed your longer term extension to us, and as a fighter, we can do whatever the fuck we want with you. You don't get no ESPN money. I I wonder how it was. I wonder if something like that. I forgot the details. I did, but like I said, it's fuckery all over the place. And then you get fucking Carl Frampton. He dicked over Pacquiao, dicked over Jeff Horn, dicked over ANZ. He's dicking over Carl Frampton. Well, he's protected Carl Frampton. I'm sorry. He's dicking over Shakur Stevenson by publicly saying, go to 130. Shakur Stevenson's going to whoop your ass. It's... A promoter can have, you can say that. Your job is to make good fights, not be a manager. But you can have your opinion, but it sounds more of a managerial move than a promoter. You can argue that. I could make a better fight to promote if you go to 130. I don't see Frampton versus Harrington being a better. But like I said, that's not even guaranteed. Harrington's got to fight Roach. Is Valdez Frampton a better seller than Shakur and Frampton? To me, that fight both matters on where you put it. So if you put it in Newark or you put it in New York, I should say, because I doubt that fight's going to go to Newark. Put it in Brooklyn, the Barclays. Put it in Barclays. Will that not sell as well as Valdez in Staples Center, StubHub? What's a nice Mexican? Staples Center, StubHub, the Forum. I wish there's more fights in fucking Anaheim Center, Honda Center. That'd be kind of cool. Let's say save people to drive from the 5. But will Shakur sell? Where else can Shakur sell? He can sell. How much can he sell Madison Square Garden? Would it be the small theater? It's a small. I don't know attendance size. So if you're tuned in and you're watching this and the Double RT Boxing Show, and if you're care to kindly leave and come, it's a small theater, bigger than a StubHub. Those small theaters about 5,000, 7,000. I'm trying to think who did big numbers there. Did Lomachenko do big numbers? But anyway, point trying to come across, you get it. That fight depends. Oscar Valdez and Frampton ain't gonna fucking sell. Do you think that fight will sell well in Barclays as well as it would in Staples Center? And do you think Shakur Stevenson and Frampton would sell well in Staples Center just as it well in Barclays or MSG? Which one has a better chance of selling more neutral, regardless of the site? I think Shakur Stevenson's will get better numbers in the Staples Center compared to Valdez and Barclays. That's my opinion. That is my opinion because yes, there's a nice Puerto Rican background back east. I don't know if they'll come heavy like they do for the Puerto Rican fighters. As Valdez being Mexican, fuck it, close enough. We're gonna come out and support a Latin, a Latino, a brown skin, So I don't know if they're gonna say just fuck it, Spanish tonight. That's what we're supporting. Will they come out and support them? I think Shakur Stevenson is gonna get the same black support he'll get on either coast. Sure, it might dip a little bit in LA, considering he's a native of the East Coast, a strong North, right there close to the Barclays Center. Of course, he'll get a little extra boost, but I still think, like I said, a more neutral selling fight is Shakur Frampton. Just my opinion, my thoughts. Right here on the Double RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr. A. Thank you for your time and support. Thank you. Now, definitely a good fight that I'm happy to talk about. And I think it is great. Micheal Hunter taking on Sergey Kuzmin. This fight is a doozy. A damn doozy. We got Deontay Wilder. We had Gerald Miller. Who knows where Dominic Brazil is at? Micheal Hunter. He's a good American heavyweight. He could be, you figure right now heavyweights. We got Andy Ruiz. Fuck, I'm fucked up. So right there we got Wilder, Ruiz, Hunter. Who knows with Gerald Miller, Brazil, Martin. Other top the other heavy names in the heavyweights is what, all UK. AJ White, Shizora. Then you probably got a Parker, even though he's a heavy name, but the fact that he's just out there by himself on an island. You got a Usyk. You got the, I don't know if you want to count Adam Lowski as a stage, considering you can, even though he's a Polish guy. He's such a Brooklyn, so you count him as a states fighter. If that's the case, we got Luis Ortiz. You got UK, AJ, Dylan, Chisora. You can count Fury, even though he's over here. You count Fury. David Price. So our heavyweights are looking clean, even though it's not really talked about as much. We got a nice little 7 deep that needs to be shined on a little more. Even if they're not getting the not proper, but even if they're not like maybe winning, but Brazil, a little fuckery. Hey, I was glad to see that fight happen like that, considering the drama and the champ doing like just a ultimate shit. That was a great boxing moment. The guy was safe and okay. Is that knockout of the year? That's still knockout of the year, right? That's still knockout of the year. That's round 3 of the year for me. Round 3. I know the whole show. If you're a new viewer to the Double RT Boxing Show, thank you for going almost 40 minutes into the Double RT Boxing Show. These shows aren't getting watched too often, so thank you for watching them. If you see that, obviously we were keeping tracks of the best of the month, but my time got shot. That's why I started doing the longer videos. I could just talk more because I don't really have the time to do the all the quick segments I was doing for the show. So I still got some of the awards. I just haven't been doing the best of the month. But round 3 was Deontay Wilder, Brazil. Round 1. Round 2, round of the year number 2, to me is Danny Rahman and TJ Doheny, Donnie, round 9, and round of the year number 1 has got to be Andy Ruiz, AJ, round 3. Knockout of the year, Deontay Wilder, Dominic Brazil. Number 2, my opinion, my list. I got it's subject to change if I could remember more, but with uh, the recognition of the fighter, title on the line, doing what you're supposed to do. I got Lomachenko head knocking Corolla. I thought that was a nice knockout. And I know there's probably a third better one, maybe even a second better one that's been happening. Maybe you guys can leave a comment down below. But those are my top 2. And coming in number 3 was Devin Haney's debut on DAZN. I think he was against Antonio Moran. You know, a nice guy to fill in some rounds. Devin Haney got a highlight reel, probably his best knockout of his career. So that way, that's why that one's always kind of interchangeable with something better. No title was on the line. The opponent wasn't quite indestructible, you know what I mean? But Devin Haney, the performance, he's not quite known for that. It was a showcase performance, so I gave that knockout of the year number 3. Like I said, you guys might know something better. But now, as far as Micheal Hunter taking on Kuzmin, I think that's a fucking fantastic fight. That's a fantastic fight. It raises the level of Micheal Hunter so much if he defeats this fighter. He's number 15 by the WBC. Is Kuzmin ranked in here? Kuzmin's not ranked in there. Only 15 by WBC. 8 by the WBA. Kuzmin's number 5. IBF, Hunter's 12. Kuzmin's 10. And the WBO, Hunter is 12. So Hunter's all across the board. And I forgot what titles he holds, but I know he holds some type of Intercontinental WBA. That's what this is about. And like I said, in the WBA, Hunter is his highest ranking at number 8. So that's what the Intercontinental title gets you. It gets you a number 8 spot, while Sergey Kuzmin is at number 5 with jack shit. So right there, he's let's see what's happening here. Because how the hell did Kuzmin get at number 5? Kuzmin's for when did Micheal Hunter win this belt? When did Hunter win this belt? Let's see. Was that when he beat Bacoli? Is that when he got this belt? No, wait a minute. He got this belt against Alexander Ustinov. He got the IBO belt against Bacoli. So that title's not on the line. So I don't know if he gave that shit up. To me, it would have been a better look if he kept it up. But unless you got paid for that shit, give it up. Give it up. You know, he's trying to save money. But if Micheal Hunter could have been walking around with 2 belts, we can say whatever the fuck we want about the IBO. Right here on the RRT Boxing Show, you know Mr. A loves the belts. The IBO belt, to me, I think is G. I like it because to me, it's the perfect belt for a person to have to make something out of. You know, you could talk so much. Chris Eubanks tried it, but he can't fight. He's a good salesman. He looks good. He looks the part. You know, he throws fast combinations. But when shit comes down to it, he's outboxed. He can't do it. Micheal Hunter seems to like he can do it. He's quick on his feet, throws the right punches, has a nice jab. You know, he comes in a nice lean, not a nice lean, but a heavyweight small 215. That's a Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's 215, 225. So he's in that bracket of heavyweight. So whatever attributes besides the power that Deontay Wilder is possessing over these His opponent, Micheal Hunter, has pretty much some of the same attributes. He gives up the size. He gives up the height. The height. He's a 6'2" guy, so he's a small, quick heavyweight. Like as you might want to say, light in the ass heavyweight at 215. Like that, his heaviest, his heaviest since moving in at heavyweight, because he where was he for Usyk? He was 198 for Usyk, and that was in April 2017. He took one whole year off, came back almost to a year to the date, April 21st, 2018. His first fight at heavyweight. So again, he took one whole year off, got himself in shape with heavyweight weight. Came back, so from 198, came back a year later at 227. Dropped down to 218 within 2 months because he had his second fight. So he went from April 21st to June 10th to October 13th to the zone was keeping this motherfucker. Eddie Hearn ain't no joke. Either burn you out or just get you paid. So I believe the Eagle fight was PBC, I believe. So Bacoli, I think, was the Matchroom signing. So that was no wait. I think that was a partnership deal, right? I don't think he was quite signed at that moment. I think this first true signing was the Ustinov, I believe. I could be wrong, and it could be Bacoli, but I thought Bacoli was kind of like a one fight type deal. I remember they kept for a while saying like, "Oh, give me this fight," you know. "Oh, I put you on this card, put you on that card," you know. Hey, give me that fight. So I don't think he was quite signed to a contract at that moment. That's somewhat I remember. I think that's for a fight or two. Like I say, came in 213 against Bacoli from. So like I said, in April 2018, 227, his first fight at heavyweight. April 2018. Came back in November 2018, 213. So he dropped 14 pounds. He fought 3 times in that time period. So like in a 6.5 month span, he fought 3 times, dropped 14 pounds. He fought again in May 2019 at 215. Very active, very light, keep him busy. 6'2", 79.5-inch reach, but at the age of 31. He's in the moment where he needs to make this shit happen, like he's trying to attempt. This is his moment to make the shit happen. My opinion, I against Sergey Kuzmin, I think, as boxing fans, we could say, like I said, I don't know much about Sergey Kuzmin's amateurs or any boxers like amateur shit. I don't follow all that. I don't dig into that because I don't have the time. And then you always hear that shit. Amateurs different than fucking pro. The game, blah blah blah. It just you learn the fundamentals, and then you gotta learn how to adapt and make the fundamentals work for you a different way than pro. So blah blah blah. I don't do it now. But we know that Kuzmin was legit and all that shit. I think amateur. I think he had Olympics. So he comes with the background package. We see him fight. He's a nice heavyweight who's trying to make that noise. But again, him himself, I believe, is no young chicken as well. He needs to make that shit happen right now, which he's trying to make that shit happen. So we got 31, and he's 32. 15-0, 11 knockouts. The Bounty Hunter was what? 17-0 or 17-1. What is the Bounty Hunter? Or the Bounty? He's the Bounty. Not quite the bounty, but you get it. We get it, guys. We get it. We get it. 17 with 12 knockouts, one loss. And like I said, me myself, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, or maybe you just say, I think his loss came to a gas tank. I think Usyk just took him to deep waters, being a better conditioned athlete, threw more punches, and Hunter at threw a storm heavier shots. Didn't quite at that moment didn't understand how to pace himself. Still, he does it better. I like to see him do a little pity pat, change him up speeds a little more. Like to work on that just a little bit. Considering he likes to use the advantage of his smallness as speed. Since he does, like I said, he has a nice style, but he has the same problem that Tevin Farmer has, where it's not really you, it's just what makes you great is your kryptonite. Tevin Farmer needs to move, find angles, feints, do all that. That's his thing, but that's energy. So that's why he needs to be a well-conditioned athlete to be good for that style. And Hunter needs to use his 215, move around the ring, use that reach of a 79. Since he don't got the power of Deontay Wilder, he has a 79-inch reach over. So you got a 79.5 at 6'2" with Sergey Kuzmin. Where's Kuzmin at again? Fucking the names. Kuzmin is 69 with a 6'4" with a 75. So 2 inches, but he's giving up 4 inches in reach. So with his speed and that reach, Hunter uses that. I'm expecting him, I'm wanting him to move around the ring, get his shots, work the body, and then when it's there, break Kuzmin down, outwork him, finesse him, and then shock the people with a nice knockout. I want Micheal Hunter to get a nice vicious knockout of Kuzmin, a nice shocking knockout. So I'm gonna root for him. I'm picking him right now. I think Kuzmin's gonna come to bring it. I think he's gonna, try and back foot Hunter into a counters. I don't think he could walk Hunter down. I think Hunter's gonna have the movement and the reach for a step back jab. So I think he's gonna try and let the fight come to him, so that way he could make Hunter miss with the reach, step back and counter it. I'd be surprised if Kuzmin is able to walk down and feint and jab himself inside of the movement of Hunter and the reach of Hunter. If Hunter decides just to hold his ground, I'd be surprised if Kuzmin could do that. 15 and 11 knockouts. Who the fuck knows, right? Who the fuck knows? But you see, he's knocking out LaRon Mitchell. Knocked him out. A nice, 39-year-old. Knocked his ass out in the 6th round. Made David Price quit. But Price had that torn bicep. Knocked out Karpinski. I'm trying to think. Oh, that's not the Karpinski that we fucking know. Not that one. The headbutt with Mansour. Michael Tan knocked him out on the floor. Like I said, Sergey Kuzmin, to me, and I believe others, I think he's on that scale of C+, C range heavyweight bracket. I would say Hunter is probably depending on how you score these heavyweights, you know, obviously you got Wilder, Ruiz, AJ. Those are the A's. Um, the B's, what is it? Is Dylan White, Parker. Um, I want to say Usyk is an A, but until I see what he does, I'm going to let my mind test. If you know, if we're gonna include him, I'm gonna rate him like I guess Crawford is treated, but I'm not gonna say Crawford. I'm not gonna treat him exactly because of the weight difference of how Crawford moved into to what Usyk is moving into. So I'm gonna put Usyk as a king of the B's, B level fighters. So if that is the B levels, are Kuzman and Hunter C fighters? You know, is that where you put Oscar Rivas? Or is Oscar Rivas a B because of what he was able to do against Dylan White? You know, knocked him down. Is Agate? Where's Agate? He did have that nice performance against Chisora. Is Chisora a B fighter or is Chisora a king of the hill and a C plus? You know, so how? Where's Otto Wallen? Where is good old Wallen? Is he a D? Is he C? Is he? He does have a lineal championship match coming in. There must be an A. Luis Ortiz. Is he a B? Is Luis Ortiz A? I said Luis Ortiz. Um, is he a Sean Porter? Is Sean Porter what? B? Because what? He lost. He beat Garcia. Lost to Thurman. Garcia is definitely a B. Garcia is definitely a B. So what is? What is Luis Ortiz? B? A? I'd say he's a B. B heavyweight. Wilder knocked his ass out. I think Ruiz. That'd be a good ass fight, actually. Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz. That'd be nice. Kubrat Pulev. I think Micheal Hunter fucks him up if he could avoid getting hit. I was happy when those rumors was rumbling of a Pulev. I mean, of Povetkin and Hunter. When that rumor was going on, I was very happy. Like I said, I'm going to root hard as hell for Micheal Hunter. You know, there's fighters on here. I straight out say, you know, I root hard as hell for him. You know, it's no problem talking about boxing and being a fan of fighters. There's no problem at that at all. It's not like it's a fuck against the law. You know, my favorite. I say it all the time. My favorite fighter is Aries Landy Lara, man. Real shit. Do I think he could beat Hurd again? I don't think he could beat J Rock. Not with the lack of movement he's shown. I think J Rock is Laura's more predictable of where he's going to be, where to throw at. If he's not going to be in the middle, right in front of you, he's a little more predictable. Before you didn't know kind of where he was moving to, and you had to kind of like throw where you think he was going. That was the kryptonite for him. Now you can pretty much throw it at him, beat his body up, and you can definitely throw where he's going to be a lot easier. So I think J Rock beats fucking Lara. I hate to say it, but fuck that shit. Lara knocks his ass out. But I ain't nothing. I'm gonna root for Hunter. I root for Wilder. I root for Clarissa Shields. What other Americans like? I'm cool with. So Wilder, Shields, Hunter. I was cool with Thurman. I'm cool with Spence. You know, Crawford is deep in the list like that because of the fact I don't like how talent-wise, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I don't like how he didn't defend Undisputed. That shit kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I get it. Like I mentioned earlier, it was a time to jump up and grab the title. But him being Crawford, he could have beat anyone. He could have beat anyone at that moment. and whoever he moved up to, whoever Jeff Horn was going to fight next, you know, let fucking Jeff Horn beat somebody. Either fight Jeff Horn at that moment, or whoever the fuck you're going to give Jeff Horn a softball, but he had no control. But the fact that you had Crawford undisputed, cash it in anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't see why he didn't defend it. That's why I got Crawford deep in my heavy American people I like that. But even just that's the only reason I really like. That's what irks me with Crawford. Some stupid shit like that. I wanted him to. But the fact that he wasn't struggling to make the weight, he seemed like he could make the weight, and like he's undisputed. You know he was, but you quickly can't. It's like he was. What did he do? He gave it up. It's like it's. We know he's good. It would have just been some badass supreme, dip a fucking nice fresh homemade cookie in some chocolate. Watch that shit melt, get hard on it, then dip that shit into whipped cream. Throw some sprinkles. You could have made that shit really nice. Because Crawford was that cookie, but just wanted to be plain. Just wanted to be plain. Move up. He could have ran. He undisputed could have ran that for like a fight or two. That would have been some historic, legendary conversation shit. The shit you could talk about right here on the Double RT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk. I'm your host, Mr. A. Thank you for your time and support.